Hello, slimes and non-slimes alike. Rosa here, and today we're talking about the Iridescent Mirror add-on. And I guess Obsidian Feather is here too, but that's not necessary. So if you don't know what this add-on does, I just kinda used it, but basically whenever you hit a wall with your power, instead of going through the wall, your power will now bounce off of it, at least up to 2 times before firing normally. And I'm gonna be completely honest, I was originally not planning to showcase this game because it's quite literally the worst fucking performance of all time. But I was originally planning to make play a second game using this add-on and using that for the add-on showcase. But the PTB quite literally closed on me before I could play that game, so this is the only game where I use the Iridescent add-on, so that's why we're seeing it now. Basically, if you don't know, this add-on was actually teased to us back in a community live stream, so we knew its effect way before the PTB was. And if you've watched my shorts, then you know I've already given my initial reaction to such a add-on, and my thoughts are basically the same. I said that this add-on was probably going to suck absolute garbage, but would be very funny, and yeah, that's basically what this add-on is. If you end up on an indoor map with this add-on, I don't even want to imagine the fucking hell you'll have to go through. But like, trying to just snipe generators with this power, with this add-on equipped, is basically impossible. You cannot do it. It's just a waste of your time trying to go for generators with your power if you have this add-on equipped. Because the moment you hit like one rock, it's gonna get sent over to God knows where. And that's another thing about this add-on. Dead by Daylight's collisions are fucking horrible, and as you can expect, for a power that reflects off of horrible collisions, it basically never goes where you want it to. Like in that clip, I wanted it to bounce to the left, but it bounced to the right. It just completely fucked over my plan. And I just get the hit by using the power normally anyway. It's just stupid. This add-on's stupid. I hate it so fucking much. Oh my god. This add-on's garbage. But besides that, Obsidian Feather's pretty okay. I do land a few cool shots with the mirror add-on though. And by a few, I mean we just saw the only 2 shots I ever land with this add-on. I kid you not, I do not think I land a single shot after this point in the video. But, the other add-on I'm running is the Obsidian Feather, which makes it so that whenever you are charging your power, you move 75% faster, I think. And, the caveat is that you cannot cancel your power. Whenever your power would be cancelled, it instead will just fire the beam automatically. But you move really fast when charging your power, and so I was like, alright, so if I can't use my power to snipe generators, I can use this add-on to basically give me a dash that I can use to get around the map and, patrol the generators like that. And honestly, it worked much better than I thought it would, to say the least. I additionally decided to pair this with batteries included just to see if the haste would stack on top of the add-on, and short answer is, I cannot tell. You move so quickly that I cannot tell whether or not the 5% haste is actually making a difference when it's active, so that's just going to be something I have to test while the game goes live. Oh, never mind, I do hit another shot with this add-on. But I think I don't land another shot with this add-on ever again. Now I'm certain. But, yeah. For my other 3 perks, No Hold Bar and Corrupt Intervention, I basically think these 2 perks are just the default go-to perks for Judgment, honestly. Just because of how busted they are with her, honestly. And then finally I have Eruption, because people swear to me up and down that this perk is good, I just can't see it. And, yeah, no, I still can't see it. That being said, Eruption probably isn't going to be that good of a judgment perk anyway, primarily because of being a 4.4 killer, you can't really waste time kicking a generator to set it up with things like Pop or Eruption. So it's just one of those things where Eruption just doesn't work that well on Judgment as it would like Pyramid Head. Because Pyramid Head absolutely loves Eruption because it's gen regression without having to hook people. But Judgment just hates both gen kicking and hooking perks because they do not have the movement speed to, make use of gen kicking perks, but they also don't have the ability to hook people. Well, I mean, they technically do have the ability to hook people. I made a whole video about that, but like, they have an alternative form of hooking people, meaning that they're not going to get as much value out of perks like Pop or Turn Back the Clock, which get the most value out of hooking everyone as much as possible. But, yeah, that... you know what? Fuck it. Nah, I'm just going to talk about that at length, actually. Fuck it. Why not? I'm not going to land another shot. You're just watching background footage for the sake of having background footage while you eat your dinner. Who cares? But, the Judgment I find very interesting because many people are like, yeah, this character just does not synergize with any perks at all, and those people are inherently wrong. And those people also only run aura reading on ranged killers anyway. But, like, the Judgment absolutely can make use of various perks if you think about it, for more than, like, 2 fucking seconds. Like, the big thing is like, oh, the Judgment can't use hooking perks because why would you hook people when you can exile them? And it's like, why the fuck would you exile people when you have inbuilt gen regression when you hook them? Because that's what sin is. Not sin, that's what heresy is. I forget they changed the name of it from the early accesses to the PTB, but like, sin... people don't really know how strong sin is, and that's mostly because everyone's just playing Judgment with exiling every single fucking person that they come across and down. Which already is a pretty dumb idea, because that opens up survivors to not exile. That opens up the survivors to save everyone simultaneously from exile, as opposed to, like, forcing them to spread that exile... force the save to spread out those saves rather than just, save all of them simultaneously. Additionally, hooking perks like Turn Back the Clock absolutely can work on the Judgment. You just can't really use exile at all, or if not much. Which, as I've already said, can be a viable playstyle due to how Sin works, Heresy works, but like... realistically, you're gonna want to enter Zealous mode on the Judgment, either for the shorter delay on the Divine Light, or just to have better control over where Divine Light goes. Because that's also something to take into consideration. But like... oh, and yeah, Zealous also makes Divine Light bigger, I forget about that. Yeah. There's plenty of reasons to, like, enter Zealous mode, but, like, if you need to, or if you want to, you absolutely can play this character without exiling a single person once. And, I did make a hooking build on them. I'm not sure if I showcased it yet. I think I did in the Pain Res video. But, yeah. That being said, we are approaching the end of the video. So, when the fuck did this guy turn into a bot? When did this guy disconnect? What the hell? I have no recollection of when this guy was turned into a bot. Okay, yeah, we're approaching the end of the video here, and I think this was, like, the only match where I get the base kit Blood Warden to proc, and that was simply because the survivors wanted to see what it was like. Kid you not, that's what they told me in the endgame chat, and I'm not even sure they managed to get it to work. But they do manage to get a 3 out. I only managed to kill the Claudette, I believe, here. I think I down her in the exit gate, actually. But like, you see me trying to make use of like how the Divine Light will bounce off objects now, and it just doesn't bounce anywhere where I would want to think it would. Because I'm like, okay, if I throw it against a flat fucking surface, it will bounce back to me. And it doesn't fucking bounce back to me. Like, this shit is stupid. Like, I bounce it there and it goes at a very sharp angle, and then it goes at another sharp angle, and it somehow hits the fucking bot, I think? I think that's what that was. I wasn't paying attention, I'm not gonna lie. I think the bot just gained heresy through, like, teabagging me accidentally or something. I don't know. But, like, this is so stupid. I shouldn't be at this exit gate for nearly as long as I am. Basically, everyone left to go to the other exit gate. But, like... I hate this fucking add-on so much. I'm gonna have to play more with it when the Judgment goes live to see if, like, that opinion sticks. But, like, this add-on for the Judgment just makes her feel so fucking bad. And I don't even want to imagine what it would look like on a fucking indoor map. Because this shit on an indoor map would be actually unusable. Because one of the biggest misconceptions I've seen people say about this add-on is that, like, oh, people can't dodge it because, you know, it like bounces off stuff, and it's like, no, every time it's recasted, it loses the, it has to go through the delay again every time it recast, meaning it's actually much easier to dodge. But, we're at the end of the video. They managed to crawl out. I go ahead and pick this chick up. I try to pull her back all the way up to the front of it so that when I execute, Claudette, I can also get her. Unfortunately, I do the wrong execution. I meant to do the mini Mori here, but I did the long one, so the Aurora manages to claw out and get a Suri out. But that ends the video, so I'll see you all next time. Cheerio.